Hi guys, I'm back. Today I'm going through Hosea 13-14, Joel 1-3, Proverbs 30, and Psalm 37. Let's get started. When Ephraim spoke, there was trembling, but he was exalted in Israel, but he incurred guilt through Baal and died. Now they sit more and more, and make for themselves metal images, idols skillfully made of their soul, all of them the work of craftsmen. Instead of them, those who offer human sacrifice kiss coals. Therefore they shall be like the morning mist, or like the dew that goes early away, or like the chaff that swells from the threshing floor, or like smoke from a window. I am the Lord your God from the land of Egypt. You know no God but me, and besides me there is no Savior. It was I who knew you in the wilderness, and in the land of Jun. And then they were had grace, they became full. They were filled, and their heart was lifted up. Therefore they forgot me. So I am to them like a lion. Like a leper I will lurk beside the way. And I'll fall upon them like a bear robbed of her cubs. I'll tear open their breasts, and there I'll devour them like a lion, as a wild beast would rip them by a foot. And he destroys your enemies, for you are against me, against your help. When I was your king, to save you in all your sins. When I all your enemies, those with whom you said, give me a king and princes. I gave you a king in my anger, and I took him away in my wrath. The iniquity of Ephraim is bound up. His sin is kept in store. The painful childbirth comes from him. When he is an unwise son, or at the right time he does not represent himself. At the opening of the womb, I shall ransom them from the power of Sheol. I shall redeem them from death. Where is your plain, O Sheol? Where is your stick? Compassion is hidden from my eyes, though he may flourish among his brothers. The east wind, the wind of the Lord shall come, rising from the wilderness, and his fountain shall dry up. His spring shall be parched. He shall strip his treasury of every precious thing. Samaria shall bear her guilt, because she is rebelled against her God. She shall fall by the sword. Little one shall be dashed in pieces, and the pregnant woman ripped open. Return, O Israel, to the Lord your God. You stumbled because of your iniquity. Take with you words and return to the Lord. C.Jun, take away all iniquity, accept what is good, and we will pay with bulls the vow of our lips. Assyria shall not save us, we will not ride on horses, and we will say no more, our God, to the work of our hands. In you the orphan finds mercy. I will heal their apostasy, I will love them freely. My anger is turned from them. I will be like the dew to Israel. It shall blossom like the lily. He shall take root from the trees of Lebanon. His shoots shall spread out. His beauty shall be like the olive, and his fragrance like Lebanon. They shall return and dwell beneath my shadow. They shall flourish like the briar. They shall blossom like the vine. Their fame shall be like the wine of Lebanon. O Ephraim, what have I to do with idols? It is I who answer and look after you. I am like an evergreen cypress. From me comes your fruit. Whoever is wise, let him understand these things. Whoever is discerning, let him know. For the ways of the Lord are right, and the upright walk in them. Transgressors stumble in them. Joel 1-3. The word of the Lord that came to Joel, son of Pethuel. Hear this, ye hearts. Give ear, all ye inhabitants of the land. Has such a thing happened in your days, or in the days of your fathers? Tell your children of it, and let your children tell their children, and their children to another generation. What their cutting locust left, the swarming locust is eaten. What the swarming locust left, the hopping locust is eaten. What the hopping locust left, the destroying locust has eaten. And where you drunkards on me, how and where all you drinkers of wine, because of the sweet wine. For it has come out from my mouth, for a nation has come up against my land, powerful and beyond number. His teeth are a lion's teeth, and is the fangs of a lioness. It has laid waste my vine and splintered my fig tree. It has stripped off their bark and thrown it down. Their branches are made white. Their meat is like a virgin wearing sackcloth for the bridegroom of her youth. Their grain offering and the drink offering are cut from the house of the Lord. The priests know, the ministers of the Lord are the fields are destroyed, the ground lands, because the grain is destroyed. The wine dries up, the oil languishes. Many shames, O tillers of the soil. What wail, O vine dressers? For the wheat and the barley, because of the harvest of the field has perished. The vine dries up, the fig tree languishes. Pomegranate, palm, and apple, all the trees of the field are dried up, and gladness dries up from the children of men. Put on sackcloth and lament, O priests. Well, O ministers of the altar, go in, pass the night in sackcloth, O ministers of my God. Because grain offering and drink offering are withheld from the house of your God. Consecrate a fast, call a solemn assembly, gather the elders and all the inhabitants of the land to the house of the Lord your God, and cry out to the Lord. Alas for the day of the Lord is near, and as destruction from the Almighty it comes. For is not the food cut off before our eyes, joy and gladness from the house of our God. The sea shrivels under the clods. The storehouses are desolate. Their granaries are torn down, because the grain is dried up. How the beasts groan. The herds of cattle are perplexed, because there is no pasture for them. Even the flocks of sheep suffer. To you, Lord, I call, for fire has devoured the pastures of the wilderness. And flame has burned all the trees of the field. Even the beasts of the field pant for you, because the water brooks are dried up, and fire has devoured the pastures of the wilderness. Blow a trumpet inside, send an alarm on my holiness, and let all the inhabitants of my land, of the land tremble. For the day of the Lord is coming; it is near. It is near. A day of darkness and gloom, a day of clouds and thick darkness. And like blackness they have spread them up upon the mountains. The great and powerful people, their like has never been before, nor will be again after them. Through the years of all generations, fire devours before them, and behind them a flame burns. The land is like a garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness, and nothing escapes them. Their appearance is like the appearance of horses, and like war horses they run. As with the rumbling of chariots, they leap on the tops of the mountains. Like the crackling of a flame of fire devouring the stubble, like a powerful army drawn up for battle. Before them peoples are in anguish. On faces grow pale, like warriors they shine, like soldiers they sail the war. They march each on his way. They do not swerve from their path. They do not jostle one another. Each marches in his path. They burst through the weapons and are not halted. They leap upon the sea. They run upon the walls, and they climb up into the houses. They enter through the windows like a thief. The earth quakes before them. The heavens tremble. The sun and the moon are darkened, and the stars withdraw their shining. The Lord utters his voice before his army, and his camp is exceedingly great. He executes his word as powerful. For the day of the Lord is great and very awesome. Who can endure? Yet even now declares the Lord, you return to me with oil, with fasting, with weeping, and with mourning, and rend your hearts and not your garments. Return to the Lord your God, for he is gracious and merciful, slow to anger, and abounding in steadfast love, and he relents over disaster. Who knows whether he will not turn and leave a blessing behind him, a grain offering and a drink offering for the Lord your God. Blow the trumpet in Zion, consecrate a fast, call solemn assembly, gather the people, and consecrate the congregation, assemble the elders, gather the children, even nursing infants. Let the bridegroom leave his room, and the bride her chamber, and between the vestibule and the altar. Let the priest, the ministers of the Lord, weep, and say, spare your people Israel, and make not your heritage your reproach, a byword among the nations. Why should they say among the peoples, where is their God? Then the Lord became jealous for his land, and had pity on his people. And the Lord answered and said to his people, behold, I am sending to you grain and wine, and you will be satisfied, and you will no more make you a reproach among the nations. I will remove the northerner far from you, and I will drive him into a parched and desolate land, his vanguard into the eastern sea, and his rearguard into the western sea. The stench and foul smell of him will rise, so he has done great things. Fear not, be glad and rejoice, for the Lord has done great things. Fear not, you beasts of the field, for the pastures of the wilderness are green. The tree bears its fruit, the fig tree and vine give their full yield. Be glad, O children of Zion, and rejoice in the Lord your God, for he has given the early rain for your vindication. He has poured down for you abundant rain. The early and the latter rain as before. The threshing floor shall be full of grain. The vine shall overflow with wine and oil. I will restore you to you the years of the swarming locusts has eaten, the hover, the destroyer, and the cutter of my great army, which I sent among you. You shall eat and plenty and be satisfied, and praise the name of the Lord, your God, who has dealt wondrously with thee, and the people shall never again be put to shame. You shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, that I am the Lord your God, and there is none else. And the people shall never again be put to shame. And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit on all flesh. Your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, your old men shall dream dreams, and your young men shall see visions. Even on the male and female servants, in those days I will pour out my spirit, and I will show wonders in the heavens and on the earth, blood and fire and columns of smoke. And the sun shall be turned to darkness, and the moon to black, before a great and awesome day of the Lord comes. And it shall come to pass that everyone who calls on the name of the Lord shall be saved. For in Mount Zion and in Jerusalem there shall be those who escape, as the Lord said, and among the survivors shall be those whom the Lord calls. For behold, in those days and at that time, when I restore the fortunes of Judah and Jerusalem, I will gather all the nations and bring them down to the valley of Jehoshaphat, and I will enter into judgment with them there, on behalf of my people and my heritage Israel, because they have scattered them among the nations, and have divided up my land, and have cast lots for my people, and I have traded a boy for a prostitute, and have sold a girl for wine, and have drunk it. And what have you done to me, O Tyre and Sidon, and in all the regions of Philistia? You paying me back for something. If you are paying me back, I'll return your payment on your own head swiftly and speedily. But you have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried my rich treasures into your temple. You have sold the people of Judah and Jerusalem to the Greeks in order to remove them far from their own border. Behold, I will stir them up from the place to which you sold, and I will return your payment on your own head. I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the people of Judah, and I will sell them to the Sabaeans, to a nation far away, for the Lord has spoken. Proclaim this among the nations. Proclaim this among the nations. Consecrate for war. Stir up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. The weak say, I am a warrior. Hasten and come, all you surrounding nations, and gather yourselves there. Bring down your warriors. Let the nations stir themselves up and come into the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there I will sit to judge all the surrounding nations. Let in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Burn, trade, for the winepress is full. The vats overflow, and their evil is great. Multitudes, in the valley of decision. Sudden moon are darkened, and the stars withdraw their shine. The Lord roars from Zion, and utters his voice from Jerusalem. And the heavens and the earth quake. And the Lord is a refuge to his people, a stronghold for the people of Israel. So you shall know that I am the Lord your God, who dwells in Zion, your holy mountain, my holy mountain. And Jerusalem shall be holy, and strangers shall never again pass through. And in that day the mountain shall drip sweet wine, and the field shall flow with milk, and all the stream beds of Judah shall flow with water, and a fountain shall come forth from the house of the Lord, and the water of the valley of Shechem. And Egypt shall become a desolation, and Edom a desolate wilderness. And the violence done to the people of Judah, because they shed innocent blood in their land. And Judah shall be inhabited forever, and Jerusalem to all generations. And they will avenge their blood. Blood I have not avenged, for the Lord dwells in Zion. Proverbs 30. The words of Argus, son of Jacob, the oracle. The man declares, I am where I got, and went up. Surely I am too stupid to be a man. I have not the understanding of a man. I have not learned wisdom, nor have I knowledge of the Holy One. Who has ascended to heaven and come down? Who has gathered up the wind in his fist? Who has wrapped up the waters in a garment? Who has established all the ends of the earth? What is his name, and what is his son's name? Surely you know. Every word of God proves true, and he is a shield to those who take refuge in him. Do not add to his words, lest he rebuke you and you be found alive. Two things I ask of you: deny them not to me before I die. Remove far from me falsehood and lying. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food that is needful for me, lest I be full and deny and say, who is Lord? Or lest I be poor and steal and profane the name of my God. And do not slander a servant to his master, lest he curse you, and you be held guilty. There are those who curse their fathers and do not bless their mothers. There are those who are clean in their own eyes, but are not washed of their faith. There are those who are lofty are their eyes, and hide their eyes lift. There are those whose teeth are swords, and whose fangs are knives, who devour the poor from off the earth, the needy from among mankind. The leech's two daughters, give and give. Three things are never satisfied, four never say enough. Shall the barren room, the land never satisfied with water, and the fire that never says enough. The eye that mocks a father and scorns to obey a mother, and will be picked up by the ravens of the valley and eaten by vultures. Three things are too wonderful for me. They are four I do not understand. The way of an eagle in the sky, the way of a serpent on the rock, the way of a ship on the high sea, and the way of a man with a virgin. And this is the way of an adulterer. She eats and wears a mouth and says, I have done no wrong. And the three things the earth trembles, and the four it cannot bear. A slave when he becomes king, and a fool when he is filled with food, and an unloved one when she gets a husband, and a maidservant when she displaces a mistress. Four things on earth are small, but they are exceedingly bright. The ants are a people not strong, yet they provide their food in summer. And the rock badgers are a people not mighty, yet they make their homes in the cliffs. The locusts have no king, yet all of them march and run. The lizard you can take in your hand, yet it is in king's palaces. These things are stately in their tread, four are stately in their stride. And a lion, which is mightiest among beasts, and does not turn back before any, a strutting rooster, the he-goat, and a king whose army is with him. And if you being foolish, exalting yourself, or if you being devising evil, put your hand on your mouth, for pressing milk produces curds, and pressing the nose produces blood, and pressing anger produces strife. Psalm 37. Fret not yourself because the evildoers, be not envious of wrongdoers, for they will soon fade like the grass and wither like the green herb. Trust in the Lord and do good, dwell in the land and befriend faithfulness. Delight yourself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart. Commit your way to the Lord, trust in Him, and He will act. He will bring forth your righteousness as the light, and your justice as an end. Be still before the Lord and wait patiently for Him. Fret not yourself over the one who prospers in his way, or over the man who carries out evil devices. Refrain from anger and forsake wrath. Fret not yourself, who tends only to evil. And the evildoer shall be cut off. Those who wait for the Lord shall inherit the land. In just a little while, the wicked will be no more. If you look carefully at his place, he will not be there. But the meek shall inherit the land, and delight themselves in abundant peace. The wicked plots against the righteous, and gnashes his teeth at it. But the Lord laughs at the wicked, for he sees that his day is coming. And the wicked draw the sword and bend their bows, to bring down the poor and needy, to slay those whose ways are right. Their swords shall enter their own heart, and their bows shall be broken. And they shall all burn the righteous hands in the abundance of many wicked. For the arms of the wicked shall be broken, and the Lord upholds the righteous. And the Lord knows the day of the blameless, and the heritage will remain forever. They are not put to shame in evil times. In the days of famine they have abundance. The wicked will perish. The enemies of the Lord are like the glory of the pastures. They vanish like smoke, they vanish away. The wicked borrows, but does not pay back. But the righteous is generous and gives. For those blessed by the Lord shall inherit the land, but those cursed by him shall be cut off. The steps of the man are established by the Lord, when he delights in his way. Though he fall, he shall not be cast headlong. For the Lord upholds his hand. I have been down, and no one more. I have not seen the righteous forsaken, or his children begging for bread. He is ever lending generously, and his children become a blessing. Turn away from evil and do good, so shall he dwell forever. The Lord loves justice, he will not forsake his saints. They are preserved forever, but the children of the wicked shall be cut off. The righteous shall inherit the land, and dwell upon it forever. The mouth of the righteous utters wisdom, and his tongue speaks justice. The Lord his word is in his heart, his steps do not slip. The wicked watches for the righteous, and seeks to put him to death. The Lord will not abandon him into his mouth, but let him be condemned when he is brought to trial. Wait for the Lord and keep his way, and he will exalt you to inherit the land. He will look on when the wicked are cut off. I have seen a wicked, worthless man, sparing himself like a green olive tree. When he passed away, and behold, he was no more. There I saw him, he could not be found. And after the blameless, and behold, the upright. For there is a future for the man of peace. And the transgressor shall be altogether destroyed. The future of the wicked shall be cut off. The restoration of the righteous from the Lord. He is their stronghold in time of trouble. The Lord helps them and delivers them. He delivers them from the wicked and saves them, because they take refuge in him. Now thus done, I shall now do the Lord's prayer. These bow heads, our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread, and give us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. For yours is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. See you tomorrow. Bye.